G'day viewers, I got a mate from work. They got this slim PS4, and yeah, it's just dead as a maggot all of a sudden. I've read reviews, and yeah, the older PS4s are better. The first, the bigger ones. These slim ones are apparently really shit. The bigger ones have problems with power supplies dying. They don't work at all, which is what this one is doing. His daughter just unplugged, or his son unplugged it. Young son unplugged it, and that's it. Wouldn't turn back on. It was doing just on Netflix, and the little 3-year-old just unplugged it from the wall just to be a little shit, basically. And yeah, it wouldn't turn back on after that. Now, power supplies are common to fail with PS4s. That's in the older, the better older ones, the bigger ones. But these slim ones, they're just a heap of crap, from what I can read. I've never been into gaming consoles after the PS2. Yeah, just give it a clean out, because it's pretty dusty. I've been reading on some forums. Clean them if you're a gameaholic. Clean these things every 4 to 6 months. If you're playing in the middle of a desert and there's a dust storm, probably every month. Give it a good clean out with some air and see what happens. But I think if this power supply on this one is dead, apparently there's this isn't as repairable. You can't just change a power supply on this model, apparently. The older ones, you can just buy a power supply off eBay and just do it yourself, if it's out of warranty. But this is made just over a year ago, but it's out of warranty, so that's typical. These things like this always bug up just out of their warranty period. So it was made in December 2016, and it's just out of warranty about 3 months ago. The warranty ran out, so no need to worry about a void warranty sticker. So let's get this thing blown out and cleaned. Let's give it a good dust out. I've actually been reading up and never heard of a power supply on this model dying. It's just the older one, so it's a bit unusual why they just, when it was unplugged and then they just went to turn it back on, but it wouldn't do anything. It's kind of odd. Okay, well, got the power supply out. It wasn't easy though. Fun where that went. That went in there. That one out, I don't know where that went. This goes on here. It did too. Alright. Take that when you pull these things apart. The metal bit there and the metal bit there. Pulling the power supply out, you're going to have to undo all these screws here. And then what I've done to make it easier, take that bottom plate off to get access to the fan here and the heatsink for the GPU or the CPU/GPU. Then you won't get the power supply as held down here. There was a screw here you got to pull out, which is over here. It's a screw here you have to remove. Up on this side, which holds that final part of the power supply down. I just had this carefully sitting under it, just prodding gently. So what's going on here? And yeah, there's that one last screw, which goes in. That's where I just scratched the plastic a bit, but it was held in on here. Goes in there and holds it on there. So this little back corner, which sat in there, was where the bolt was, the screw was. So there's a power supply plugs in there. That's your little standby. It's a 4.8 volt plus positive low, 1.5 amp on that, which probably what goes on here for your standby and everything. Then it's got plus 12 volt, 13 amps. Made by Delta Electronics, good quality stuff. Jiangsu, China. It's a quality power supply, that's for sure. So if I can get this replaced, it should fix the PlayStation. So to get this plastic apart, just like that, it snaps apart. So let's get this apart and let's look at this power supply, do some tests. Okay, the plastic casing for this power supply snaps apart, but there's a screw in the middle there. It goes through the centre and holds the centre part together. So it goes in there. Okay. Wujiang Roid Plastic Mold Co Limited. This is a quality power supply, Delta. Very good quality stuff. A very good reputable manufacturer. Look at these capacitors. 450 volt, 47 microfarad, 105 degrees Celsius for the Japanese Rubicons. they use this form factor and this 3-hole technology. It's really cool when they use that form factor to get this, slim it right down to fit in something so small. Look at those caps, really cool. And look at the underside, we've got a lot of surface mount under here. Fit there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MOSFETs. There's a diode there. There's a brains of the circuit, a DDA001AG. That must be the switching controller. There we go. Little transformer there, and 2 squishy transformers there. Big one here. That's a 12-volt rail, I think. Maybe for your 12-volt rail. Look at that. Primary there. Secondary, nice and chunky. Another transformer there. Primary side. There's a little FET under here. MOSFET. Goes under there. That's your switching one that drives this transformer. Let's check this fuse. Let's see what it does. Let's see if that's any good or not. Okay, fuse is not blown. Okay. I'm going to carefully plug this thing in. I'll just test the rails there. I'm not quite sure how this power supply works. It probably is something on here to turn it on and to wake it up like a ATX power supply. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Something that goes in here. AC intertect. AC, DC standby, ground and 5-volt standby. Okay, it told me what they are. AC intertect. Okay, AC, DC standby, ground and 5-volt standby. 4 wires. Let's get this thing powered up, see what it does. Okay, it's plugged in. It's live. Some tests. Yeah, nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Try probing that little socket down there, so that does. Be careful here. Light on. No. There we go. Nothing there. Oh look, we've got supply between 2 and 4. 2 and 4, pin 2 and 4, that little socket. I'm disconnecting at 12.41 volts. Transformer. Nothing on that. Primary side of it. Nothing on that. .0001 volt. Okay, what I'll do, I'll plug that safety first. Just check these capacitors. They've still got a charger there. Filter cap's got nothing there. Nothing there. Check the third big filter capacitor. Oof, yeah, that's got something in it. Yeah, they had up to 50 volts in it. There's discharge at the shot of that bloody heat sink there. Yeah, no harm done. Ground to ground. So I went from the ground to this little plate here. Whoops. So nothing, no harm done. Here's unplug safety first, so I'll probably this power supply. That wire there comes off in there. So I'll clean all that out. got that cleaned. That was what you're supposed to do every 6 months to stop it from dying in the first place. So I do wonder if this has just gotten hot and it just, yeah, killed it. But I can't see any physical damage components or blown fuses on here. There's a high quality rated components on here. I'm going to have to look into it. Possibly need a new power supply. But you can't see how this would have died. Anyway, turn this off. There's your hard drive in there. You take that side screw out, which is behind there. The little hard drive cover slides off that way in the back, and you can change your hard drive. Put an SSD in there if you want to. It's not very thick though, you can't fit a 2 terabyte one in there, it's pretty thin. So you're not going to get much in there. The older PlayStation 4, the original one, you can get an adapter to fit a big desktop, a larger sized desktop drive in there. Had an extra adapter on the power supply and everything for it. So that's all cleaned out. There's your Wi-Fi area. Anyway, I just want to put this thing back together. I got a chromium on a new power supply, I think. I've got to get a new power supply, it looks like. I've heard a common issue with the power supplies dying on the older, bigger PlayStation 4s, but not these slim ones. These are just die altogether and just avoid them, basically. What I can read, just don't get these ones. Put it back together. You see it all just snaps together like that. Easy. Then when that goes in, that Wi-Fi area all wraps on that little hook and sits on there. So that middle screw there goes in there. So it looks like it's possible to have a dead power supply here. We should set it so it's probably most likely fixable. I'll just put it back together and just show you what it just doesn't, like, not even nothing, not even a light of death or a beep or nothing. So I'll just put it back together and just attempt to turn it on and show you what it does. It's all plugged in as normal, but when you get to power it up, nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Can't even eject. Dead. Yeah, dead. That's all it does. Absolutely nothing. So, looks like it could be a power supply. But as he just said it was working fine. Then his young kid unplugged it from the wall all of a sudden. Then he went to turn it back on and it just wouldn't turn back on. So there's no CD in it, or disc in it. So it looks like the power supply is dead. Or possibly motherboard, but I'm not too sure yet. Hopefully it's just something on with the power supply. But I have heard a lot of these being crap, just don't buy these. They are shit apparently, so... Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.